Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we're going to be talking about Ni No Kuni Endgame. Is it good? Is it exciting? What does the gameplay cycle look like? So let's go ahead and dig in. So first off, I do really love Ni No Kuni, and even though I'm level 87 right now, I have still content that I need to unlock. There are still, T4 dimensional borders that I need to unlock, but I would say I am in that top 1%, top 0.05% of players that are actively engaging in Endgame currently, and I feel like the gameplay loop is beginning to reveal itself. So probably at the core of actual Endgame is actually going to be Lava Valley and Familiar Arena. And there are a couple of reasons for this. It's mostly focused around Asterite, particularly if you're a low spending player or if you're a whale. The amount of free Asterite that you can gain from doing Lava Valley or the amount of Asterite you can gain from doing Familiar Arena is definitely what we would call like the end game grinding, right? Like you want to get higher, you want to get more Asterite, you want to be able to curse your gear to make your character more stronger. One drawback from this, though, is that the Asterite shop only offers weapon enhancement stones currently. And so one of the things that I've seen happen, particularly with Lava Valley and particularly with big whales, is you can oftentimes get matched up in fights that are different leagues in terms of power level. Also, the whales just focus their weapon enhancements and the rest of their gear isn't enhanced. So it just comes down to whoever really has the highest attack value. So there's a lot of really weird things that are going on here. And I really think they need to make armor stones and accessory stones available in the Asterite shop. But it's just one of those things that I've noticed. Now, outside of Lava Valley and Familiar Arena, there are, of course, other things. And my favorite content is probably going to be the Kingdom content. Now, there is Kingdom Defense, which, candidly, my kingdom's only been able to beat up to tier 3. And it's very difficult. It is very exceptionally difficult content. And it's really nice. It's really nice to have content that is almost on the level of old school MMO difficulty. It does reward you for having strong guild members. It does reward you for getting stronger. And if you're in the case like my guild, you can see your guild getting stronger week by week. 2 weeks ago, we couldn't have done tier 3, but last week we sweeped it. We killed it. Our coordination was getting better. Our teamwork was getting better. Skills were leveled and prepared. It's just one of those things where this stuff changes, right, as you're playing, and you get that feeling of progression, which you might not get from Familiar Arena and Lava Valley. So for things like Kingdom Defense, where you are doing really difficult PvE content, Kingdom Adventure is another, or Kingdom Dungeon, I keep calling it Kingdom Adventure, but Kingdom Dungeon is another content where they release the Fire Dungeon, right? And the Fire Dungeon, if you try to do tier 4, is extremely difficult, and there's a tier 5 to it, right? So the fact that, you have this kingdom-based content, you have this content where you work together, you get good rewards, you get a lot of gold, you get gilder, you get enhancement materials, you build up your guild's reputation, right? Like all of these things, if there was one thing that like really made me happy and enjoy the game, it's really the kingdom-based content, and it's doing stuff together. And I know there's nothing coming in the future that's going to be like kingdom raiding, but I really wish there was some type of kingdom raiding. I know we're going to have Kingdom Conquest, which is going to be more PvP focused. I know we're going to have Relic Wars going on nonstop in the future, but I really just wish there was more of the content like Kingdom Dungeon, like Kingdom Defense, where you get to do things as a group, as a kingdom, as a community. Because I think the strongest selling point, particularly with Endgame Ni No Kuni, is the relationships that you're building with people, the community that you built around yourself or on your server, or the lack thereof if you're on a server where maybe everybody hates each other. But it really makes it fun, and it's very difficult and punishing at the same time. It's very reminiscent of Final Fantasy 11, and I feel like I just say this so many times, but it's just the punishing aspect of this, the requirement to work together, the requirement to coordinate in social spaces, really adds another complex personal element to the game. And I really think you do see that in the end game, because everybody knows who each other is, right? Everybody knows whether you're a content creator or whether you're not a content creator, right? Like, I know Contaz, for example, who's another rogue on our server, Kurohawks, right? Like, these are the top rogues on our server that I know just because they're top rogues. We're competing against each other, but we also see each other at public events. So I think things like Kingdom stuff, like, I would love like Kingdom Alliance content. If we could do some form of like Kingdom Alliance, or like, you know, Field Boss, except on a higher scale, I think all of that would be just incredibly fantastic. Outside of all of that, though, there really isn't that much going on at Endgame. I think it's interesting that as a game, there's no hard level cap. I find that really fascinating. I also find it really interesting that they're continually adding new content right now. We know, looking on the Korean servers, that like Kingdom Conquest is coming. We literally have right now a login for 14-day check-in preparing for the fight, right? We know that higgledy things are coming. We just got mount accessories, which completely changes the power level of characters in the game. So we're getting all of these cool features. We know that there's going to be combat changes in the future as well. I would really love to see more cooperative play. So, I mean, end all be all, Endgame is mostly going to end up being grinding, and that's kind of how it feels right now. But when you do actually do things in the game, when you're actually working together with players, when you're actually doing coordinated events, it does feel very good. And what I want is, I want more of that feeling. I want more Kingdom events. I want, you know, more Kingdom interfaces. Like, what this game has going for it, and why Ni No Kuni is successful and people play it for a long time, is not because of Lava Valley, the PvP. It's not because of Asterite or Territe, you know, or whatever the crypto bros are going to tell you. It is 100% because of the relationships and the networking that are going on inside the game. That's where it's strongest, and that's where I really want them to grow the game. And again, I know there's content coming for this in the future, but I want more. I want more global content. I want more content, you know, just to bring the guilds together even closer. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. I'm curious what you guys think about Endgame down below in the description, and I will see you guys next time.